Bloody hell, mate. Right, this bloody Storm Kieran's doing my nutting. Didn't sleep last night trying to put these edits together and playing around with tech and phone issues, and then staring at screens all night, and then couldn't sleep. So I feel rough. Slow start to the day. Left the house, then it started raining. Then I've just been dodging the rain and looking for a spot because it got dark early. So I've just been floating around for about 3 hours dodging rain and trying to find somewhere lit up. And as you can see, this is pretty much all I've come up with. So I'm like, my titties are hurting mad today. Legs flipping all over, really, just busted. So anyway, I'm gonna get into these. Floor's pretty butters and uneven as well. Right. I think I'm gonna do. You know, I think I'm gonna do 2 presses with a squat chaser, and in that way that's 108 burpees plus 108 press plus 108 squat. So double squat, double press. That's the first 20. I think it might have even been 21. Got a bit confused at the beginning. So yeah, I have to keep checking the phone hasn't cut out on me again. So yeah, again, like we were speaking about with the planning ahead but being flexible. So I clearly, well, do you know what? I had plans to meet a couple of people, then that sounded like that fizzled out. Then I found out that's supposed to be tomorrow, so I was told wrong. Then, what else is it? Oh, someone else I was supposed to meet, and then something come up their end. So that person I was going to meet kind of determined the route I was going to take after I realised the other one flopped. And then as soon as I come out, it started raining. So I was fart-arsing about too much this morning, but I hadn't slept, so I understand why. And then people that had made plans with me cancelled them, and that I'd kind of planned around seeing them. So again, I thought I was prepared. Something came up, everything changes. Then by the time I got to the spot I wanted to train at, and it was starting to get a bit dark and you couldn't see nothing, I went to another spot, too dark. Got a couple of torches as well, like they're not working. Well, they're not lighting it up enough. And then just had to mooch around through the through the riverside and where there's no lights and that, and just trying to find a spot. And then came across this place I used to play hockey at as a kid. And don't ask me why hockey, just smashing a stick, isn't it? But and I just got this like between the two cages, so you know what I mean, there's always a way. That's 40. So yeah, being prepared for wobbles, being prepared for letdowns, being prepared for miscommunication, and then dealing with liars. Now these guys didn't necessarily lie to me about meeting, but it didn't pull off. So really, you know, I've been organising my life around false information. I mean, even though technically it was legit, but then something happened. So in my head, I didn't know that these things are happening. Other people got things wrong. And like I said before, man, we're gonna face fools every day. We're going to face liars and narcissists and bullies and all this. We've got to be prepared for it, not to let them like completely crumble us, like to wobble us enough that we lose sight of who we are, of our vision, of our objectives, our mission, and just to take it in our stride and be like, yeah, okay, things effed up, cool. And you really need to take into account who this person is as well. Like if they're worthwhile keeping in your life, if they keep letting you down, if they keep lying, if they keep blah blah blah, then you really need to assess, like, one, do you just shut your mouth and leave, delete, block, ignore, or do you go and face off with them and have it out like men, like adults? You know, sit down, you might get emotional, it's fine, just keep sitting there, keep talking until you get to a resolve. Because otherwise, if we don't come to a resolve, everything's just left open, and then that in turn will snowball into life, and you'll end up getting lost like I am now. I'm not with it today, man, not at all. But yeah, you need to address stuff, agree, shake hands, and then go your separate ways or dance off into the sunset together. Because without that resolve, you'll keep coming back to that same disagreement, situation, argument, difference of opinion, whatever it is, you need facts. So put all the facts on the table. You might need to get vulnerable with this. So again, is that person worth your vulnerability? Is it worth you opening up and bleeding your heart out to them? Or are they going to see that as weakness and then use you and then fucking, yeah, grip it all out and mash it all up and then use it against you in the future or right there and then? So it's the thing, if you know yourself, you know the truth, you have your goals, your objectives, your mission clear and specific. And then if anything that comes up is in line, go that way. If anything that comes up is trying to wobble you, hinder your progress, just go the opposite direction. And if that fails, burpees. That's 60. Some weird thing going on in my hand. I don't know if this is wonky floor or what. So I hope you're joining in. It's kind of the whole purpose of this. Share a bit of knowledge, wisdom, speculation, whatever. And in between the talking and listening, there's an opportunity for you to join in with the burpees or any kind of reps, just press ups, sit ups, star jumps. If you're sat in a chair, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. It all works. Now I've got a few tricks for fat loss, weight loss and all that that I'll go into, like a proper chat about it. But today, just focusing on kind of coming off the back of the being prepared and letdowns and things changing, and like dealing with liars. If you operate with false information, you're not going to get where you need to go. And it's the same if you're in some kind of debate, argument, discussion, planning, preparing, whatever it is in life. If you're trying to complete something, if you've got an objective and there's false information, you need to eradicate that immediately. Otherwise you're going to be faced with all sorts of muck-ups down the road, miscommunication. At the end of the day, it's a relationship. If you're dealing with someone, whether it's a parent, child, sibling, friends, business, work, relationship, whatever it is, partner, it's a relationship and you need to cultivate it. So when things are going well and we're all happy, clapping, giggling and laughing, it's all good. What happens when one of you gets mad sick and ends up in hospital and might die? What happens if one of you ends up doing something really bad to the other one? What happens if it's just a minor little glitch? Someone farted in the wind and you were downwind and you smelt it and you didn't like, and you kicked off about it, and then they took it the wrong way, and then it escalated, all because you smelt a fart. Now you need to get what happened out on the table, both views, both opinions, both sides of the story, because there's sides to the story, but there's only one fucking story. You might have a different perspective on it, from a different angle, different the way you're made makes you think differently, you view things differently, where you're from, and the way you look after yourself as well. So even for me, like, I can't fuck with bullies and liars at all, and I've had people very close to me do that stuff, and it's heartbreaking, it's painful, it makes you feel proper rubbish. And then if it's the loved ones that are closest to you, well then, if you can't trust them, where are you supposed to go? So you got to have it out. If the relationship is worth something to you, if they're a decent person in some shape or form, you got to try. You can't keep trying and trying and trying and trying and it not going anywhere. Deaf ears, like rejection, fucking just blind to it. They don't want to hear it. They want to be right all the time. If it's making you sick, you're gonna have to cut it out. Sorry to say, but it's like a cancer. So if you had a tumor on your arm and that was getting worse and it was making you sick and it was hindering your life and your activities and you were constantly thinking about it and it was winding you up and you were losing sleep and you're in pain, and then it's getting worse and it's spreading and it's going to come all over your body and kill you or completely disable you, you got to chop the arm off. And that's just the way it is sometimes. Like, we've got to cut off a part of ourselves, let go of a part of ourselves, something close to our heart, something we're passionate about, someone we love, whatever it is. Sometimes we just got to cut a piece off to save the rest. And it's fucking hard to get your head around it. And if you're a good person, you don't want to do that. If you love and care for the other person, you don't want to do that. But sometimes it's the best thing to do. Sometimes it's the only thing to do. Otherwise, that disease is going to eat you. That poisonous person is going to get in your bloodstream, and then you have an issue with them, then you carry that with you throughout your day. You might see someone else and then blow up on them because you didn't want to hurt the loved one, or you felt insecure or belittled, or you didn't feel brave enough in whatever sense to square up to them and face off with them. So then you carry it, you're suffering, you're dying, and then you go and unleash on someone else. That's not fair, that's not right. And I've been the brunt of that before, where other people have fucked with someone in my life, bad, real bad, ruined their life, and then I've been doing nothing but supportive stuff. Obviously I can see a bit clearer because it's a different perspective. Same as me, like if I'm in a situation, sometimes I'm so fucking confused because like can't see the wood for the trees, you know, you're so close to it that you don't see how simple it is, or you don't see the options, or you don't see how to progress. Even just taking one step can be so, you can be so blinded by the whole situation. Just got to keep checking that this hasn't turned off on me. So blinded by the situation that you can't figure out what to do next. So getting an outsiders' opinions, views, perspectives, ideas, you know, maybe they've been through something similar and they've got an option of sharing some information with you that can help you from what they've done, or something that helped them. So it's always good to listen, well, we've got two of these and one of those, so I mean, I'm a culprit from, you know, I know where I got it from and all. But the point is, listen to information, research information, hear what your parents, your teachers, your doctors, your dentists, your friends, your loved ones, your kids, everyone in your life, listen, but don't take it as gospel, because there are nasty bastards out there, there are liars, there are evil people. There's also good people, really good, kind-hearted, loving, generous people, but they also lie and bully to make themselves feel better about themselves. And maybe why they're so nice is because they're projecting their missing something inside themselves, so they're not complete. So they don't have the confidence and the respect for themselves because they're missing something. So then they go and try and make up for that loss, that self-internal loss, by projecting this super loving, caring, friendly. It's manipulation, basically. So don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everyone that says something. But sometimes your best friend that cares about you the most can give you the worst advice possible. Could really, really fuck your shit up. But then someone that you, say a celebrity on TV or the internet that you don't like, or a person in your peripheral, like in your life somewhere, that you don't like their lifestyle, their attitude, their character, but they might have the best information. And then that sort of goes into the next bit that I'll talk about. I'll get some more burpees in because I'm resting far too much. Well, resting everything but my jaw. What was it? I'm gonna have to have a think about this. I've completely forgotten, man. I don't even know how I'm doing it, mate. Again, just before this, about an hour ago or whatever, I was getting really down in the dumps about it. Like, I didn't want to do it. Didn't feel like I had the energy. Didn't feel like I had no enthusiasm, no momentum, no motivation, no. It just comes over you like that, out of nowhere sometimes, doesn't it? I mean, I've got a couple of reasons, but sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, or you don't know what the reasons are. You don't know what the reasons are until you analyse them, and you keep analysing them, and then you make a habit out of it, and then it becomes natural. So instead of me going, oh, I'm all messed up and I don't know why, and then just carrying on with life. In the beginning, it's difficult, it's confusing, it's necessary, very, very necessary. Reflection, self-reflection is massive. How are you supposed to know what you're doing if you're not reflecting on yourself? So I'd say if you can make a habit of it, just as you judge and assess other people and places in your life and things and this, that and the other, what about you? Who's assessing you? So if you don't know you and you're spending all your time trying to put people in boxes, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. If you keep trying to assess and judge others, because there's assessing and there's judging. If you want to walk past someone and go, oh, you're this and that, and then just keep walking, that's a judgment. It may not be true. It's disrespectful. It's a form of bullying. meaning a person that's done that has their own issues that they don't want to resolve, or they don't know that they have issues and just keep ignoring it and pretending they don't. But if someone sees you struggling and they assess your situation, your past, your health, your where you are, your living situation, your work, activities, exercise, diet, all this, if someone assesses that and then offers help and says, look, you should be happy, you've got all this, that's an assessment. That's someone that's pointing out to you, dude, you're not as bad as you think you are. You're lying to yourself. You think you're not that good. You think you can't do this and that. You think, or you've believed someone else's lie, or there's a loss in your life maybe, and you feel somewhat guilty for it and blame yourself for it, and then your subconscious says, do you know what, yeah, you are rubbish, you don't deserve a good life, you don't deserve happiness, you don't deserve anything good happening to you. And then, because you create that vibration, and then you start to focus on things that are negative for you, and you gravitate towards them and draw them closer to you on purpose, but you don't know you're doing it because you believe you don't deserve goodness. So it's the same as if you believe you deserve goodness and you're pushing and you're putting the work in, you'll start to magnate towards things, and things will come to you. You'll start to notice things. You're tuning in. It's a vibration, right? So it's like static on a radio. You tune it into a station, boom, you can hear it clearly. And that's like us with our goals. We've got to constantly fiddle with our knobs and find the route that fits with what it is that we're doing, what our objective is, what we're driving for. Because if we don't, we're going to be all over the gaff. And then these bullies, they're going to come and shake us and wobble us and redirect us and get in our heads and blah, blah, blah. Woo. $20. So that's all in 100 double count burpees. So it's 6 count burpees with 2 press, 2 squat, so a squat chaser at the end. So that all wraps up as 100 burpees, 100 press, 100 squat. So I'm going to get the last 8, and then we're done. Thank God, because that's been a bit of a headache this evening, to say the least, man. I'm in pain, I'm aching, tired, haven't slept. Felt real sick this morning, belly felt rotten. Don't really know why that was. Maybe that I couldn't sleep last night, and I think I ate some stuff late at night. Maybe I didn't process properly. I don't know, man. Some things I do know what's going on, some things I don't. And I like to try and figure it out so that I can prevent it from happening again, because prevention is always better than cure. And then if it does happen again, to be able to, well, understand what it is and then turn it around quicker. Because walking around miserable, tired, angry, it's just confused. Like, it's no good, mate. And these excuse me, it's all weather turf, don't worry. Yeah, with these liars, man, we need to really know ourselves before we can really assess them well. So someone that comes into your life, are they there for a reason or just a season? You know, are the things they're saying worth noting or worth nothing? You know, like, just get to know yourself, and then your judgment of yourself will improve, and then your assessment of everything else will improve as well. So anyway, like, doing stuff by yourself, learning to be self-confident, self-sufficient, manage yourself, your time, your finances, your relationships, your energy. So even like for me, I like to burn. It's like this ASD brain or whatever, where even for example this situation, I was looking around in the dark so I couldn't really see anything, and I just lost momentum, and I just thought, I don't want to do it, I can't be bothered, I don't see the point, you know what I mean, just bitching and whinging to myself. And then as soon as I came down here and I saw the lights, I was like, oh, got a little excited, saw this bit, it's like, right, boom, kept walking, see if I could find a better spot.